Okay, guys, we're gonna try this again. I just went live and then I don't know what happened, but it was letting us chat, but it was not allowing us to actually do the video. So hopefully you guys will move over to this one that I had to start all over. So, four reasons why you think she is out of your league. And as you guys start navigating over to this one and you start writing into the chat box, I will respond to your chats. But for now, I'm just going to take the lead and go into the four reasons why you think she's out of your league. Uh, the biggest one I'm going to share at the end of this video. Um, if you are here in the live, will you just let me know in the chat box before I go into this if you guys can even hear me? But the first one, or the main one, okay, you guys said, here we go. Awesome. So the biggest one I'm going to save to the very end. The fourth one, the biggest one, we're going to save to the very end. But the first one that I want to leave with is that first and foremost, you think that there is a league. I think a lot of times, we get taught through society there's rich, there's poor, there's this skin color, there's that skin color, there's this economy, there's this you're Democrat, you're Republican. We just have all these things that divide us. And so in our minds, we think, well, of course, naturally, and relationships, there's going to be leagues as well, because everywhere else in society, there is a league. There is no league. And if you are convinced of that, then guess what? You get to create your own league. There's no woman that is outside of your league. You have the power as a man to become capable, to become powerful, to become emotionally aware, to increase your attraction. You have all of these things that are within your wheelhouse to change and to grow and to expand upon. So, no, a woman is not out of your league, so to speak. But having that mindset already shoots yourself in the foot. That's a doubting concept. That is, now you guys are saying my webcam is pixelated. I'm going to have to say that it's the Wi Fi because I'm using the same webcam I use every week. Uh, Glad you guys are here. Uh, Dolly Chagi says, hi, I just want to say I love your content and I'm so happy that I found your channel, GG. I am so grateful that you're here. So, so, so grateful. Chris says, I'm glad you're back, Erica. Okay, yes, I had to just start a brand new one. Thank you, Cayman Music. Thank you, Easy Lo 21. So the minute that you start off thinking that someone is out of your league, you've just shot yourself in the foot because that's a limiting belief. That's a very scarcity mindset of just like, oh, someone is so unattainable. No one is ever so unattainable. The problem is where if you do see someone more evolved or doing better than you, and you think she's doing better than me, then my challenge to you is then do better in that area. Just don't shrug and go, she's out of my league. Do something about it. Change the league that you're playing in. Um, Hentai says, yeah, that's possible, but if you ain't got cash, you're a goner, especially here in Switzerland. People are only focused on what's on top. Yeah, okay. It takes money to create change, right? Of course it does. To get a new hairdo, you have to pay for a haircut. The thing is, then change your money game. There are so many opportunities now to make money online. Then change your money game. But what I'm saying is, there's no pit that you can't climb out of. So the minute that you start telling yourself she's out of my league and you believe that there is a league right there, you've just ended the game for yourself. The second thing is this: when you think that a woman is out of your league, uh, right then and there, you're not aware of what you actually contribute to a woman's life. I'm shocked how many men don't understand the value that they bring to a relationship. Value goes far beyond money, looks. Listen, a woman can be a man can be a very beautiful man, but if he doesn't contribute to her emotionally, if he doesn't make her life adventurous, doesn't matter how beautiful he is. I remember a woman, she dated a very beautiful man. He looked like an Abercrombie and Fitch model. He was just beautiful, had the abs, had everything. But the guy had zero personality whatsoever. And so, you could say like, "Oh, well, just because, he has beauty, that's all he contribute." No, you have to have more. You have to have personality. So what is it that you contribute to a woman's life? Do you have personality? Do you have a sense of humor? Do you have emotional intelligence? Are you connected to yourself emotionally? Like, hell, that's a big winner in itself. Do you know how many women complain about men being so emotionally detached, emotionally disconnected, and what a big freaking headache that is to them. Listen, if you're a guy and you're emotionally connected to yourself, hello, you bring so much to the table. You bring a huge enchilada to the dinner table. Do you know what I'm saying? So the first thing is you believe there's a league, and that's your limiting belief, and right there is already taking you out of the game. That's first and foremost. So write that down. The fact that I even believe that there's a league is shooting me in the foot. Second thing is you're not aware of what you contribute. I always suggest this to my clients. Get around 5 people that you really know that they love you, they have your back, they believe in you, and ask those 5 people, what are the top 5 things that you value about me? And see what they say, because that's going to give you a clue of what you bring to a woman's life, how you contribute to a woman's life. The fourth reason why you may think that she's out of your league is because you actually don't know what women want. I'm going to say that again. You don't know what women want. And just keep it real with you guys. How many times do I get on these YouTube lives and I hear men talking about money? Women just want money. Women just want a guy with good looks. Listen, there are men out there who've invested their whole lives in becoming wealthy, but they're emotionally bankrupt. And it causes them to lose in relationship after relationship after relationship. So when a man is emotionally healthy, he's emotionally connected, he's emotionally aware. That's what a woman deeply wants, because there's only so many Louis Vuitton bags you can buy. I just say that brand because I love that brand. Um, there's only so much shit she can buy herself. There's only so much shit a man can buy a woman. But at the end of the day, your heart has to be alive. Her heart has to feel something. And that man who's emotionally devoid, emotionally bankrupt, can't contribute to her heart and what her heart feels. So it's you getting aware of what a woman really wants, not all the bullshit that people feed you, not all the bullshit that you find on YouTube, on social media, of people just bitching because they don't have a woman or they're unsuccessful in love. And so they bitch about what's wrong with women, but they actually don't understand what women want. And instead of understanding that, they bitch about it. So it's getting really clear about what is it that a woman really wants? What is it that makes her heart come alive? Does she want you to have vision for her life? Absolutely. Just as you would want a woman to have vision. If a woman told you, I just want to spend my whole life watching the Kardashians and shopping, and that is what I want for my life, you'd be like, next. You want a woman with vision as well. Women want that. They want a woman. They want a woman. They want a man with a vision. They want a man who is emotionally connected to himself. He's emotionally aware. He's emotionally intelligent. And if you're like, I have no idea how to do that, I always have you guys covered. I always have you guys covered. Make sure that you check out the Emotional Warrior Program, because, hello, that is going to teach you how to embody those things so that when you show up with a woman who you think You think she's out of your league, but then you show up with your emotional intelligence. You're connected. You're that emotional warrior. And she's like, who the hell are you? And where did you come from? And can you go teach all the other men what you've learned? And you're like, nope, I can't. Because I got it from the emotional warrior program, and they had to put their asses through it just like I had to put my ass through it. So there. So let me just recap. One, four reasons why you think that she is out of your league. One, you believe there's a league. You're not aware that just by having that mindset, that takes you out of the game. That makes you inferior to her. You are not inferior to anybody. You're not inferior to nobody. Nobody. So that's one. Two, you're not aware of what you contribute. You don't know your value. You don't know what you bring into a woman's life. And I told you how to rectify that. Get around five friends that you know love and support you. They believe in you. Get around those five friends and ask them, what is it that you love about me? What do you value about me? And have them write that down for you so that you can look at that list and you can go, this is what women value about me. This is why I know that I contribute. When I'm in a woman's life, I bring something to the table. I contribute. I'm not just a log sitting there just so that she can sit on it. No, I bring a lot more to her life. So get very clear about what you bring into a woman's life. And the third thing I said is you don't understand what women want. And you don't understand what women want because you're too busy listening to people like social media, YouTubes of grumpy old men who are dissatisfied and saying, women only want money. They only want cars. If that were the case, then there would be no marriages. There'd be no relationships if it only required that. That's such bullshit. And then watch women who are in relationships with guys who only have that. They're miserable. They're miserable as F. That's why they have the whole saying of the pool boy. You know why? Because they ain't getting what they want at home because money can only go so far. But does she want you to have vision? Abso-freaking-lutely. She wants you to have vision. She wants you to be doing something with her life. She wants you to be emotionally connected. She wants you to be emotionally intelligent, emotionally aware, connected to what's going on inside of you and what's going on inside of her. Having that EQ, so to speak. And if you need help with that, then make sure that you check out the Emotional Warrior Program. Chris just said, preach on Erica. I hope you get to go home to see your family. I am heading back to America this weekend so I can see my family. I've been away from my family for 2 years. Been in Bali, I've been in France, I've been in Greece, I've been in Portugal, I'm in Italy, and I cannot wait to have my mama's arms wrapped around me. Absolutely. And here is the fourth biggest reason why you think she's out of your league is you haven't owned yourself. And what do I mean by that? You're too busy comparing yourself to everyone else, and all you see are your inadequacies. And you don't see the big picture of who you really are. You have no idea who you are. You've spent your whole life letting other people dictate to you who you are. And you've never stepped outside of that to define yourself and to go, no, 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 no. You don't get to define me. You don't get to define me. And you don't get to define me. I am setting the precedence of what defines me. Going on that hero's journey, that alchemist journey, that emotional warrior journey to really own yourself and go, what is it that makes me powerful? I'm tired of allowing other people to define who I am. I'm tired. Ooh, this is a big one. Ready? I'm tired of letting my past experiences define me and how I show up in this world. I hope you guys are getting this because this is powerful. Owning ourselves says, I turn my back to all of that. I'm going to figure out who I am. And let me tell you something, a man who has owned himself, who knows who he is, who's defined his life by his own standards, not by what society says, not what his past trauma has done to him, but he's defined his life on his own standards. That kind of man, a woman can't resist. Why? Because there's a freedom that comes with that kind of man. There's a liberation. He's liberated himself. And when a man has gone on a journey to liberate himself, to really own himself, to define himself, he's irresistible. Why? Because most people are sheep. Most people just go along and they let life dictate who they are. They let their past dictate who they are. And they never draw a line in the sand and they never say, enough is enough. I get to define who I am. And so as you do that for yourself, you begin to own yourself. You begin to define who you are. And that is irresistible to a woman. Because why? It's uncommon. And I'll tell you the biggest reason why it's irresistible to her. Because there is a part of her that wants the same freedom that you have gone out and given yourself. And she's seen you do it, and you become the hero in her eyes. And she thinks in the back of her mind, if he's done it for himself, maybe he can show me the way. Maybe I can do it too. And you become an inspiration to her. So, this is why I continuously encourage you guys, join that emotional warrior program. You got to do that because this is that journey of redefining yourself, not allowing your past to define you, not allowing society to define you, but you going on a journey to go, what really defines me? What do I say defines me? And owning that. And as you own yourself, you liberate yourself. And guess what? People love freedom. People love freedom. I've traveled all over the world, not all over the world, but everywhere I've traveled, people are always so fascinated, still to this day, with America. And they always say, well, I just think that it's so cool, whether they agree or disagree with their politics and healthcare and all that stuff, regardless. They say, what I love about America is that you can go and you can create your own business and you can create this way of providing for yourself. And I can't do that in my country. Why? We love to be free. We love freedom. And so when you have given yourself the ability to be free, she finds that irresistible because it speaks to a deep place in her heart that wants to be free. I hope you guys are getting this. So I'm just going to go to the chat box. Chris says, good for you. You're referring to me going back to seeing my family. Thank you. Also, if you guys are here, will you give me a thumbs up? That would really help me out because I had to restart this. So I think I lost viewers and thumbs up. And if you don't get all that stuff, then guess what? YouTube ain't going to promote you. I ain't going to tell other people who you are. So make sure that you do that. Um, Sean says, Sean's one of my emotional warriors. Chris is one of my emotional warriors. Thomas is one of my emotional warriors. Chris says, I'm getting it, Erica. I love it. Very deep stuff. Wonderful. I'm so glad that you're capturing this. Sean says, oh, that's exciting, Erica. You deserve to visit your family. I know it's been too long. I'm so excited to see them. Susoma says, good looking slim arms and shoulders. Thank you. I'm surprised they're still slim considering the amount of pasta and pizza I've had here in Italy. Um, Philip Dyson says, thank you, Erica, for being so wonderful. You're always on the ball, genuine, and you have so much empathy. Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for seeing my heart. Uh, Phil Dyson from the UK. I love the UK. I haven't been in the UK in ages. It's been years. I used to live there. I lived in Cheltenham. Carl says, hey, Erica, excited to see you live. I'm so glad to have you here, Carl. Thank you for being here. Derek says, your words of wisdom are very deep. Thank you for that. You do. Would very much like to say thank you in person. We celebrate 2 months of having a girlfriend this Friday. Yay! That is wonderful. Congratulations, Derek. I'm so thrilled to hear that. That makes my heart so happy when I hear you guys going, "I met a woman because I've been following your advice. I'm in a relationship." I love it. And then I love when you guys come, you're like, "Okay, you helped me get the girl. Now how do I do relationship with her?" And I love that just as much as well. So let me just recap. So once again, we're talking about the 4 reasons why you think she's out of your league. But here's the answer. She's not. So the first one is you believe there is a league. So that limiting belief puts you in a state of feeling defeat before you even begin. So we got to let that go. 2, you're not aware of what you contribute to a woman's life. What do you bring to the table? The value that you bring. So that's the second thing. The third thing is you actually just don't understand what women want, because if you understood what they wanted, then you would actually get the skills to then get her. So instead, most men allow society to dictate what women want as opposed to just getting to know what a woman wants, which is why I do what I do here so that you know the clear path. But instead, people get disappointed because they hear the hopelessness in the air. Women just want money. They just want this. And it's like, well, why even start if a woman's not going to love me for me? You buy into that garbage and then you never even try because you've let someone else dictate your life for you by listening to their shitty advice. Um, so understanding what a woman really wants, in fact, that she wants that emotional connection from you. She wants a man who's gone on his journey to discover who he is, a man who's liberated, a man who has vision, who has drive. And the fourth one is that you haven't owned yourself. And I talked about how you go on that journey of owning yourself, of not allowing your past traumas to define you, of not allowing society's expectations of you defining yourself, but you getting a very clear picture of what defines you. And I told you, make sure that you do that emotional warrior program so that it can get you started on going on that journey of redefining yourself. Because as you liberate yourself, as you carry that sense of freedom on the inside, freedom is contagious. People love freedom. And when she sees that you've been capable enough to free yourself, in the back of her mind, she thinks, he can do that for me. He can help show me the way. And everybody's thirsty for that. Everyone's always anxious to learn how can I become more free in my life, which is why people get very driven to make money because why? Money does buy a sense of freedom. So listen, if you're not satisfied, if you're not happy with your life, I highly encourage you do the emotional warrior program. And so sorry about all the technical difficulties starting off, but we got it right back on foot. So I hope that this video has helped you guys. You guys have said that this one has been a very deep one for you guys, that it's really spoken to your hearts. And I'm really, really glad because these are the real truths. I mean, we can talk about, I would say that I feel like a lot of advice is very symptomatic. It gets to the symptoms, but it never gets to like the real root. And until we get to the root of things, no change is ever actually facilitated. So this is one of those root kind of videos. It's getting to the heart of matters to really empower you guys to go out and change your lives and to get the woman that you deserve. So guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you. Remember, you have what it takes. It's sitting on the inside of you. Some of you need to quit letting people define your lives. And some of you need to go on your own hero's journey, your own alchemist journey, your own emotional warrior's journey, and start defining yourself. So you have what it takes, but quit listening to the outside voices and start getting connected to you and realizing how powerful you actually are. And know this, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is in the world, look around you, get aware of your surroundings in this very moment, right here, right now. You are deeply loved. You are so loved. So, you guys, you take care, and I will see you in my next live video. And some of my YouTube's coming out next week. Well, I shot a couple here in Italy, so they're a little bit more raw. They're not this traditional sitting down and giving advice. They're a little bit more raw. So I hope that you guys like those and they resonate with you. Okay, guys, see you in my next live video. You be loved and you take good care of yourself because we only get one of you.